Hello, welcome. I'm Hermann Rohde, living in Leipzig, Germany. I've been around in Crescendo for quite a while, and it's great to think of you. I don't know where you are. And when I close my eyes, I see dear faces coming up, and I suspect you might be there watching this morning. So good to know you. Be blessed. And I pray, Lord, meet us this morning. Please speak to us and encourage us to trust you and to know you. Amen. So you're here in my living room. There's my lute waiting for me finally to be played again, pictures of my family and so on. So welcome here and welcome where you are. The topic that has been given to me is there any solid rock under my feet? And a second question, is God truly capable to provide for me? Right now, many things are put upside down. No concerts, for many musicians, no income. Our foundations are shaking, and we can be scared, and many of us are scared. How will I be able to make it? Will it be a normal again? Normal, yes. So here we are in asking this question. Is there solid rock? I'm 65 now. 1st of April this year, no April joke, I retired after 37 years of full-time ministry. Through all these years, there have been people supporting us that we could do this work. God used these people that we were set free to do this work among musicians, in the prayer ministry and so on. Some of them are there from the first month, 37 years ago, still with us. So God used them. And sometimes it was that God provided right on the spot. But there have been times as well where in the financial was really so simple for us. I'm amazed. But there were times when we felt a need and we were praying and we felt, there's no answer yet. Yes, that's part of life. We don't have it. But we will look at how we can have a solid foundation for our life. One crazy situation was, at one time we didn't have money left after a move. And I thought, it would be so good to go hiking into the mountains for 3 days. But we said, we can't do it, we don't have the money. And then suddenly on our bank account there was a big sum of money. We didn't know where it was from. We called the bank and asked, where does this money come from? We don't know. But is that ours? Yes, it's yours. You can use it. I still suspect that God had put an angel on the other side of the line, but I can't prove it. I'm not completely sure, but it was so strange. But my Father in heaven seemed to think, my son Hermann, he's so worn out. I think he needs this now. And so I do a little supernatural provision in this situation. That's not what happened all the time. I would be open for it, but that's not my normal life. My normal life is so ordinary and normal. Yes. But God has given us a promise. I will care. Many promises in the Bible encourage us to trust Him. And we want to look at two short sentences of Jesus where He encourages us to do this. In Matthew 7:7-8, Jesus said, ask and will be given. Search and you will find. Knock and the door will be open for you. Jesus, did you think about it? This? Do you really mean that? Be careful, you can frustrate your followers. When they find out, they ask something and it doesn't happen. Who knows this? To ask for something and there's no answer. I know it. What does Jesus do? He puts a full double load on it and says, For everyone who asks will be given. And for everyone who searches, he will find. And for everyone who knocks, the door will be opened. He generalizes it. Wow, Jesus, what do you mean by this? But when we look at this concept of these three elements, it can be a guidance to solid ground. The Jews were very careful to mention the name of God, not too often, out of honoring God. So they turned it in the passive very often. You can translate this: ask and God will give to you. Search and God will let you find. Knock and God will open the door for you. So let's look at these three elements. First, ask and it shall be given. That's how we all start. We come to God with a need. I don't know anyone who doesn't come with a need to God. And for this, my best instruments are my hands. Open, empty hands to come and learn to receive. For me, it's sometimes not so easy because I have so good solutions at hand. But just to come and ask. Jesus said, come and ask. That's a good practice. To learn to ask and to receive and to wait. Doesn't mean that we should do nothing. What we can do, of course we should do. But it's this remaining before the Lord and say, I need you and I need your help and your provision. Please help me. I need you. The second one is search and you will find. What do we really search? Of course, we search a sponsor. Sponsor would be nice, wouldn't it, in this situation? But we search deeper. We search for real life. For relations that last, for love. So, we have a deep longing for real life in us. And Jesus said, search and you will find. And when we go deeper into this, we find that our longing will not satisfy with anything else but God Himself. Now comes the third element. Knock and it will be opened. This is strange. First two, ask, search, okay. But now we stand before a closed door, not an open gate, a closed door. Jesus, what do you mean with this? You just can't walk in. You have to see this door and now what am I going to do? Will I be accepted? Will I be welcome? Am I good enough? Do I look properly? Oh, yes. Crescendo t-shirt might help. But do you know these insecurities when it's coming to God? Am I welcome? Am I accepted? Acceptable? Jesus says, behind this door there is someone who made a decision. When someone knocks at my door, I will open and welcome that person, whoever it is. Do you hear that? God has made a decision. When you come to Him, just as you are, not as you should be, but as you are, God has said yes long ago to welcome you. You are welcome. You are accepted in Jesus Christ. And He makes you son, daughter of the living God. Incredible, yet true. So important that you know this, that there is a big yes over your life. You may think, oh no, that cannot be. Sounds like a fairy tale. It's nevertheless true. Or you may think, oh, sometimes I've tasted a little, but it's so small. I encourage you, don't be discouraged with this. For most of us, it's a journey, more and more, realizing how God really is and what is His attitude towards us, His love, His strength, His care, His benevolence. He looks at us with shining, loving eyes. So this is so important that you know that you are welcome with God. So ask, search, and brings us to this mysterious door. And as we knock, Jesus says, the door opens and God welcomes you. And this door has another meaning. Now, the Lord gets you in and then He closes the door. Things remain outside, maybe even your requests, your needs, your worries. And this being home with the Lord, at home with God, this is the place where you rest, where you don't have to wrestle all the time, but where you just are with God. And I encourage you, this is part of your inheritance. It's not for Hermann or for Beatrice or whatever, for Attila or all these wonderful heroes of the faith. It's for you, for every child of God. And it's true. So I encourage you to get to know your home with God. And this will give you the trust. We search for security or for a guarantee. You know what God gives us? Not a sheet of paper with guarantee, but He gives us assurance. He says, I am with you. Trust me, my child. And this is so good, so much better. So, being at home with the Lord, that is something, the most wonderful thing in my life, that I know I'm always welcome. Often the fears and anxieties get in between, but I'm always welcome. Was the greatest change in my life, that I realized God really means it. It's not just a word. And here, with God at home, you are strengthened. And then you go out with Him, not alone, but with Him, and serve and work hard, yes, and learn to love well and let yourself be loved and be cared for. But it's with Him. So this is a big difference. That's the balance we need. Being at home with the Lord and then going out with Him, in Him. This is wonderful. So I encourage you to take this word of Jesus and say, yes, I'm coming. I come with my needs. I'm coming with my longing for life. And I knock. I really need you. Please, show me your home. Let me get to know it. And if often uses God, and God uses people to help us to get to know this more and more. Trusted people. And find this place more and more in your life to be at home with God. And I close with a simple exercise, which has helped me and many others. So I call it praying with pen and paper. Just take a notebook and a pen, and then you pray with pen and paper. So it helps to concentrate, to slow down. And begin with one sentence. Here am I. Here am I. And then you say as honest as possible how you are. Then this clue is the turn of perspective. Here are you, looking to God. And then you put in your favorite name of God or a Bible verse that encourages you to trust and to come to God. For instance, here are you, my wonderful good shepherd. You have been faithful. Thank you that you are faithful today. And I come to you, I need you. Thank you for this rest in your arms. Come to you with my worries, and so on. Just as good as honest as you can. And then you might come to the other side again. Here am I with this worry. And I bring this to you. Please help me in this regard. Please help me yet. Yes, Lord, and I will. I wait for your answer. So you see this little exercise, going back and forth, starting a dialogue with God, that might help you to go with God through this challenge that is at hand. And I ask you, don't go alone, go with others. But know that He knows you by name, and He calls you and invites you to be with Him. And He comes into your life to live through you. Be blessed. Thank you, dear Lord, for this wonderful promise, and help us to trust you that you are with us, your assurance, and that you will provide. And help us to stick to you and trust you even if it's scary and if we don't know. But you will guide us, protect us, and bring us home. Amen. When this being at home with God became deep in my life, when I finally was home with my God, learned to be at home with Him, I wrote this song. I sing for you right now. It's translated to English now from German, so that you might understand. Now as my soul has come to be at peace with you, my Lord and God, I gladly lay my life into your hands to rest in you, O Lord. Your mercies I must never earn, no, they are your gift of grace. My heart starts blooming in your presence now, my burden you release. Now as my soul has come to be at peace with you. Now as my soul has found its peace and rest in you, eternal God, to trust despite of darkness, fear and pain, in you, my God, so near. Then let me be like clay in potter's hands, please form and shape my life, imparting deep in me the image of the one who's called the Christ. Now as my soul has found its peace in you, my God. Now as my soul stays calm and close to you, rests at your very heart, your Your Spirit draws me now into your work. Guide me, my Lord and God. Pour out your blessings through my prayers, words and deeds, through all my life, to gently bring love, strength and purity, as cure from death and strife. Now as my soul stays calm and close to you, my God.
Jesus Christ, I think upon your sacrifice. You became nothing, poured out to death. Many times I've wondered at your gift of life, and I'm in that place once again. I'm in that place once again. Once again I look upon the cross where you died. I'm humbled by your mercy and I'm broken inside. Once again I thank you. Once again I pour out my life.
Now you are exalted to the highest place, King of the heavens, where one day I'll bow. But for now I marvel at this saving grace, and I'm full of praise once again. I'm full of praise once again. And once again I look upon the cross where you died. I'm humbled by your mercy and I'm broken inside. Once again I thank you. Once again I pour out my life.
Thank you for the cross. Thank you for the cross. Thank you for the cross.
Have we trials and temptations? Is there trouble anywhere? We should never be discouraged. Take it to the Lord in prayer. Can we find a friend so faithful, who will all our sorrows share? Jesus loves all